Hello and welcome back to Jerba Campervans. My name's Owen and I'm going to be taking you forward on the YouTube. So a massive hello again to our regulars and to anyone who's just joined us. I have just joined the company, so I appreciate your patience with so anyone who's been watching the channel for a long time. We've had a couple of months of not making videos. Those will start to increase and we'll get more videos out. So today I've got a first exciting one from me, and this is it's a crafter, but it's an MAN, and we think these are a great option for people. They are cheaper, quite significantly cheaper in the grand scheme of things. They've got 24/7 sort of roadside assistance over the phone, which you tend to be taken out the weekends and the evenings already. So that does give you a benefit. The only negatives we think we can see is that people tend to be searching for crafters if you were talking about the second-hand market, but frankly, I think most people in this industry know that they are exactly the same vehicle. So the quality is there, the reliability is there, and frankly, it gives you a little bit cheaper, and that's really what this all comes down to some of the time. So let me introduce you and take you into the van and show you how we are finished. First of all, I'm going to show you a little bit more in the sort of background of the van, how we made the bed and how we made the electrics, and then I will take you back into now and I'll show you how the van actually looks now it's finished. So you'll get a full van tour. So we're at the back of the van now to show you the bed back here. So what we've got here is quite an unusual design. So again, often you'll see builds with big beds like this that have quite a large metal frame. The problem with that is that ultimately it's a huge amount of weight in a vehicle that's not actually adding that much to you. So what we've come up with here is, I think, absolutely brilliant. These are just very, very, very thin metal, but strong, as they're in a U shape, and they just slot perfectly in the walls. So you've got as much force as you possibly need. You then put the bed this way, and you've got loads and loads of space, but also the flexibility of being able to completely remove the bed. This guy has designed his van around his two large canoes, which we've built so that they can perfectly fit the length of the van. And also what he's got here is quite clever, this sliding magnetic door. Unusual. Normally people are going to sleep this way in a vehicle because it means you've then got more space up front. What these guys have done is they've decided, because inevitably if you sleep this way, one of them, if you have to go for a bathroom break in the middle of the night, they've got to climb over the other one. So which is what these guys are trying to avoid. All of our designs, we have a sort of general layout that makes it easier to create the quality every time, but we'll always allow people an element of flexibility to make sure that it's exactly what they want. In here you've got USB plug sockets down there, here you've got your adjustable lamps so that you can be reading in the back here. You've got USB plug sockets. You can turn the lights on from both ends, so you can turn them all off from there as well. Also got a full array of top lockers, and of course I think this lovely corner profile, which first of all means you're not banging your head off something that's pointy, but also just gives it this kind of this look. Right then, so here's us up the front with the electrics now, and what we've got here is a very new system we've not done before much. With predominantly the whole industry's been AGM for a long time, and what we've got here is the idea is to kind of future-proof the van and allow it to be a lot more kind of able to go further afield and not be plugged in on a campsite. So to begin with, to kind of give you the storage up the front, we've got 200 amp hour lithium batteries, and those are plenty of storage there to keep you going for quite a long time. And then at the back here we've got this really, frankly, I think beautiful red box, which is your 3000 watt inverter. That next to it is your battery charger. In the back corner is the consumer unit, which is kind of like a modern fuse box, and then next to that is the solar regulator, and then underneath here you've got your Simmarine control unit, which basically then is the kind of the brains and the intelligent bit, and that connects with the panel up top, which I'll show you and how that works together. The only other bits that are important, obviously Rob's lovely wiring back here, which all looks very neat, but in the bottom here you've got the shunt, which is a very accurate monitoring device to see how much power there is in the battery at any one time. So hopefully that's given you a rough idea of what we've got up here, and obviously eventually this is going to be boxed in. I'll show you that later on, and then it's going to turn into a bench so that people can sit on it. But underneath here, this is the electrical brains of the van. So here you've got your control unit on the wall, which is connected to the Cimarine downstairs that I've just shown you. So what we've got here is control for everything in the van. And to begin with, you've got up here, you've got your, now it's not connected correctly at the moment, which is why it says that the van battery is empty. It isn't, but it is where it's at. And then you've got next to it, you've got two tanks there. The one on the left is your fresh water, and the one on the right is the wastewater. And then you've got your leisure battery on the right there, and that shows you that level. As you go through, you've then got lots of functions. So here what you've got is your batteries and your current that's being taken right now, and you've got the voltage, and you've got how many hours left of your battery you've got going left. You've got the draw going on right there. If I turn something off, so let's say I turn the fridge off right now, and you can see the power is going to drop down, the usage is going to drop down. Let's put that fridge back on. What you've got here is the vehicle battery. As I said, that's not connected up again, so I promise you it isn't at zero, but there you go. And then you've got your two tanks, your fresh water tank on the left and your wastewater tank on the right. You've got the inside and outside temperature, and then you've got your pitch and your roll, so it can see how level your surface is. Now, if I start rocking the van, you can start to see that it can pick up on that. Final step, you've got your barograph, which obviously is your outside pressure. I wouldn't worry too much about that. And then we're back to the beginning. And here also, you can control all of the other elements in the van. So your aux plugs on the wall, so your USB sockets on the wall, they can all be turned off. Your lights in the whole van can be turned off. That's your hot water. These are more lights. And you've got your fridge there as well, as I demonstrated earlier. And once you're decided to leave the van and you're done for the day, it's all off. So we're in the van and it is now finished. And obviously I've shown you what's underneath with the electrics. Now we've got his bench seat in, and it is looking superb in here. To be honest with you, sometimes when I see what people request for their seat covers, for their trims, I do kind of think, I wonder what that's going to look like in real life. But this has come out really, really lovely. What you've got up front is you've got two of these amazing captain seats, both with this system where you feel like you're sitting on air, and they're kind of like lorry seats, but they're unbelievably comfortable, and they have been trimmed to perfection. So two captain seats up the front. This is storage all in here, and in here he's got this lovely double bench seat, which I think is a really good option. You'll have to give me an idea in the comments about what you actually think about this, because we often get people asking about bench seats, but ultimately, is something that stops halfway up your back comfortable for a long period of time? Do you want to lean back? This is why we predominantly have gone for big seating up the front, for seat belted seats that are very, very comfortable, and not gone for bench seats. But this customer had a very specific request, and we do our best always to try and make sure that the customer gets what they request. So this is the final van, and I'll just show you around a little bit, but pretty much it's as was earlier on. So enjoy. So over here we have got the full height shower and toilet in here, so it gives you a huge amount of space and gives you a proper shower. If you've got a larger vehicle, frankly, I'd want a proper shower, and particularly if you're going to go a bit more off grid, it really does mean that you're not completely roughing it. Got full toilet that swivels round. I'll show you in detail in here in a second. It's got its own vent and it's got its own lights. It's got two lights just in here, so it's nice and bright, and you can attach hangers on the walls, which then allows you, if you've got wet clothes, it means they can drip dry in the shower. Right, so now we are over here in the kitchen. So we've got, first of all, we've got our top locker light, which gives you light in the kitchen. He's got a 2 gas burner hob, and he's got a sink with his wee retractable tap in there. One of my favourite things in all of our vans is our chopping board extension. So push it, comes straight out, beautifully finished by the guys on the workshop floor. And then below you've got your 2 cutlery drawer and a second drawer, and you've got your fridge there as well. Something else we've got, and we think really allows a bit of uniqueness, is we have all of our curtains made in-house. You can also get seat covers made as well for the other vehicles if you've got seat belted seats up front. And you can choose from Terry Fabrics, so they've got thousands of different designs, and then one of our staff members gets them made up. This customer has gone for these. I don't know what your thoughts are. I love them. They are velour. I wish you could feel them. And let me just pull them out so you can see what we're dealing with here. Oh, just look at that. So here I'm sitting in front of this absolutely huge bed, and honestly I don't think I've ever seen a bed that looks as comfortable in a van before. So there's a full height mattress, and then underneath he's got his space so that he can get his 2 full-size canoes in. Also included, he's got a fan, so allows air circulation within the van, and there is another one at the back just underneath here. So that means really you're getting airflow all the way around the van, and if you combine that with the one he's got in here, there is not going to be a problem with any condensation. So something else I've not talked about is his wind out awning, which really does give you a whole load more flexible space outside a van, whether it's either raining or it's sunny and you want a bit of protection from the conditions. This is a really, really high quality one, and really gives you that stability where you don't want a flimsy one that's going to possibly blow away in the Scottish winds. This customer also has bikes in his active life, and he wanted to have them attached to the back in a secure and safe manner. So this Thule setup here is, we think, very, very high quality. So that's a wrap, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really would appreciate, as this is my first video with YouTube and we're trying to get seen by as many people as possible, if you could like this video, I would really appreciate it. And if you're wanting to get more content like this, you know what to do. Press the little bell in the corner and it will subscribe, and then you can get notifications when we do more videos. I have got more videos coming soon. I've already been filming for different bits and pieces. We've got stuff coming in the pipeline. What I really want to know from you guys in the comments is, what do you think about the bench seat that we've got here? What do you think about the MAN vehicle compared to the Crafter? What is it that you would do differently? That's what we're always interested to know, and what things that you feel like we've maybe missed out on. Hopefully I've given you a good idea of what the actual van is going to finish looking like. Thank you very much for watching. If you've watched all the way to the end, then I must say a very, very big thank you. And to anyone, again, as I said at the beginning, if you've never watched us before, thank you, welcome. And to all of your regulars that come on the videos regularly, thank you. We really, really do appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.